Hey everybody, Sean Yesner here, owner and founder of Yesner Law, host of the Crushing Debt podcast, author of the books Crushing Debt and Become Debt Free. And so, continuing on with my series of popular blog posts that I've written and turning them into videos for all of you. I'm outside on the back patio today. It's a gorgeous day here in Tampa. Temperatures are in the high 50s, low 60s. And it feels great. A few clouds in the sky, but otherwise pretty much perfect weather. And so the blog post I wanted to talk about today was one I wrote a while back. Can I avoid paying my business debts by shutting down the old business and opening up a new business? And the short answer is probably not. And there's a couple different things at play here. First of all, if you have a limited liability company or if you have a corporation, one of the things that you need to certify to the Florida Secretary of State when you shut that business down is that the business has no debt. And so if you just shut down the business and open up somewhere else, you can't certify that to the Secretary of State. You have debt, and so you can't certify. And one of the implications of that is that your creditors can potentially come after you personally because you misrepresented to the Secretary of State the nature of the debt. You didn't shut down the LLC or the corporation properly. One of the other issues that you may find there is if you, as the business owner, signed a personal guarantee, then it may be difficult to just simply shut down the old business and open up a new business. You would still be liable under that personal guarantee. So, like for me, certifying some of the debts of the law firm, and in getting some of the debts of the law firm, I had to sign a personal guarantee. And so even if I shut down the law firm and started a new law firm, some of those debts would follow me personally, individually, under the guarantee. And so I couldn't just shut down the old business and open up a brand new business. One of the other issues that this brings up is something called the Fraudulent Transfers Act. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to do with fraud, but if my creditors can show that I transferred assets to avoid paying the debt or to avoid paying the creditor, they can unwind that transfer. And so, again, going back to the example of just shutting down the law firm and opening up a brand new law firm, let's assume that I did that. Well, where would the new customers of the new law firm come from? What computers would I use in the new law firm? Where would I rent my space? What would my address be for purposes of the new law firm? What would the name of the new law firm be? What form documents would I carry with me from the old law firm to the new law firm? Retainer agreements, contracts. What software programs would the new law firm use? All these factors come into play. And let's say I shut down the old law firm and started a new law firm, and the new law firm just continued on with the Crushing Debt podcast. Well, then any of my creditors could say, really, the new law firm is the old law firm in disguise. They would follow the assets of the old law firm to the new law firm, and they would say the new law firm doesn't escape the debts of the old law firm simply because all I did was change its name. And so they would follow me that way. And again, under the statute of frauds, if the creditors can prove that I switched the assets from the old firm to the new firm just to avoid paying my creditors, they could invade that transfer and the new law firm would still be liable. Now, all these conditions, all these issues transfer to your business, whether you have a law firm or any other kind of business. They all transfer to your business. And so if your business has debt, and you need to address that debt, I would suggest a couple different things. Number one, let's tack it head on and see if we can settle it out. Number two, let's look at potentially doing a Chapter 11. If not a Chapter 11, under Florida law, we can do something called an assignment for benefit of the creditors. If neither of those work or neither of those are very attractive to you, then maybe another option is we can shut down the old business. But in starting up a new business, it needs to be completely separate. So you need to rebuild your customer list. You need to rebuild your website. You need to rebuild all of that stuff originally from scratch. And even then, there's no promises that the creditors won't try to chase you to prove that all you did was take all the stuff from the old business and apply it to the new business. So there are ways to attack the debt. There are ways to attack the creditors. But I think simply shutting down the old business and starting up a new business isn't really the best avenue. It still leaves you personally open to liability, maybe under the guarantees, maybe under the way the transfers were made. It may not insulate the new business from any liability. So all of those issues come into play. If you have questions, if you're being chased by business creditors or individual creditors, reach out to me. Let's come up with a plan where we can figure out how to address all those debts and all those creditors, and we can figure out how you can have more money at the end of the month rather than more month at the end of the money. And I'll catch you here in a couple of days to talk about the next most popular blog, which can bankruptcy eliminate a personal injury judgment? So look for that one here coming up in the next few days. Enjoy, if you're in a place that has good weather, enjoy the beautiful day today. Everybody have a great day. We're coming up here on Thanksgiving, so I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.